Hey everybody, BW Cummins here with a painting for you. I'm painting my creative inspiration, Ray Charles. My mom introduced me to him because someone covered one of his songs. My mom was always good about that. If there was a modern, at the time, modern song that came out and that was a remix or a redo of a song that was, already done, she would play the original. And so while the people who redid these songs weren't lasting in my what I liked, it gave me lifelong uh, a love for Ray Charles, Otis Redding, people like that's music. So anyway, this painting, and I would love to hear like who is your creative inspiration? If you're an artist, like I'm a visual artist, but my creative inspiration is a singer. So who was your inspiration? I would love to know. This painting, because I wanted to be loose and or whatever, I just kept painting until I was satisfied. So, not as much like, ooh, here I blocked color, or there I had a plan, or this or that. I had a very loose sketch, and then just put paint on there and changed things until I was satisfied. Having to tweak the nose, even the shape of the outside of the head and the mouth, and even the glasses. Like when I felt like I was done with the sunglasses, I wasn't because they weren't right. And so I just kept putting paint until I was happy with it. Um, it was never meant to be like a piece of realism, although a portrait needs to resemble who you're painting. I didn't like the keys at first, so I blackened the lenses. I just kept putting paint, and so what you see now is not what I end up with. Um, as I worked it out, I was this was the sketching phase with a brush the whole time until I decided, okay, like I'm done with this. It looks enough like Ray Charles for me to be satisfied with painting Ray Charles. I don't idolize anybody, so don't get me wrong, but I really do look up to this guy and what he did for music and just how raw he was, how like whatever sound came out of his mouth at a particular time was the right sound, even if it was just a little squeak. I mean, he's called the genius of soul, and there's a reason for that. And just his ability on the keys with vocals, even when he blew a note, it still sounded great with an old scratchy voice as he aged. I don't know that he couldn't fail as far as I'm concerned in what he was doing because he was so pure at what he was doing. At this point, you're like I'm saying, oh yeah, this is really starting to look like I'm reshaping the nose, doing a little bit. I went and reshaped the glasses, like the arm on the closest arm to you on the glasses was kind of upsloped, so I straightened it out, and that looked a lot better. The lenses are a little more consistently sized now because they started off. If you go back, where one was bigger than the other, and so yeah, just adding in final details, going back, going over. I'll come in and re-add the key reflection because that was in the photograph reference that I'm looking at. A great artistic photograph. Love to hear how you guys feel about. I consider good photography an art form, and so how do you feel about taking someone's piece of art and making a piece of art out of it? Is that a no-no, or I don't know? I'd be anxious to hear how you feel. Obviously, you know how I feel about it because I did it. Um, After all that, too, one of the last things I did because I didn't like that background, it looked too high school, was I just blackened it. That's how it was in the photo, and it did look better. So here's my Ray Charles painting. Hope you enjoyed the process. Have a great day. Bye now.